PC prices have now launched on foottrading.co.uk. You guys asked for them, we have given them to you. Over 660 PC prices for special cards, gold cards, all that sort of stuff over on foottrading.co.uk. A tier 1 subscription which includes silvers, icons and special cards for Xbox and PS is £10 a month. And a tier 2 subscription is live filters. We have the buying and selling prices for nearly 1,300 special cards, 300 icons and every single profitable silver card filter on this game. For tier 2 you also get access to the live filters feature, which is one of our most popular, and My Trade Storage, which is a custom built storage platform for you guys to store the trades you've made and see your profit in real time. So check out foottrading.co.uk, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. But this video is twofold. It is my Elite Foot Champions rewards. They will come at the end of the video. If you are just here for the Elite Foot Champions rewards, feel free to skip forward and do that. If you're already good at the game or don't really care about that sort of side of things, completely understandable, but feel free to skip ahead and watch those. But this video, like I say, is twofold. It's, I guess, me sort of sharing my journey and trying to help you guys in terms of getting better at this game. And sort of breaking down some of what I've done to get better at this game. So, a bit of background. I used to be very, very good at FIFA. I hit top 100 a couple of times back in, I think, 16, 17. I was still well in the elites. 18, 19, it all started falling apart. I didn't really play as much. I focused on the trading side of things a bit more. And then this year, I was an average player. I was getting gold 2, maybe gold 1 if I had a good weekend. And I set myself the goal to get better, and now I consistently hit elite. This weekend, I probably could have got elite 2 had I not had some nonsense in the game, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I'm now consistently an elite player. If I don't get DCs, if I get DCs, then that can obviously hamper it. But this weekend, we didn't get too many, thankfully. We only got a couple and hit elite. But I've seen a lot of stuff, and I watch people talk about how to get better at this game, and it all seems very, I'm going to be blunt, a lot of complicated stuff. And I think sometimes we have a habit of way too much complication when it comes to just getting better at this game. And so I want to break it down. And so the first point in terms of how to get better at FIFA, for me, is the most important one, and that is within yourself. I am a sore loser. I'll wholly admit it. I like to win. I hate to lose. I'm just that guy. And so I had a massive tendency to always blame the game. I'd be like, well, that's rubbish and that's bull and that's crap and whatever. And it wasn't until I started watching back my games that I started to realise that actually a lot of the problem was with me. Now, that's not me saying this game doesn't have inherent problems. So as an example, I spoke about before disconnects. There's nothing you can do about a disconnect. I was in a penalty shootout going for elite this week, and I dived the right way twice, and my Testegen pulled his hands away from the ball, even though I dived the right way. There's nothing I can do about terrible gameplay mechanics. There's nothing you can do about that. But I will tell you now that 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 goals that I concede easily are an error that I've made. And that was why what I started doing was, and anyone can do this, I started recording my games and watching them back. And I didn't watch every single game. If I won a game and it was a canter, I was like, okay, cool, I've won that game. But I especially watched it if I lost a match. When I win, I still tend to look at what I did well. But when I lost a match, I started going, okay, cool, what happened? What happened in these moments that made me maybe concede or made me lose the game? So there are two ways you can do this. You can either go and look at the highlights at the end of the match. Every match, there are highlights you can watch. And that's fine. You can go ahead, watch those highlights and see what you're doing. What I did, obviously, I'm a content creator. I have an Elgato. I've got Streamlabs. I recorded it. But you can do that without an Elgato because on Windows 10 PCs, you have the Xbox Companion app. You can stream that directly to Streamlabs. Literally download Streamlabs, completely free to use. The Xbox Companion, free to use. I'm pretty sure PS4 have got the exact same thing as well. And you can literally just record your games. And then watch back, especially ones where you've lost, and say, okay, cool, what did I do there? Because I can guarantee if you are open-minded to it, you'll realise that maybe you pulled your defender out of position. Maybe you didn't take that chance you should have taken because you made the wrong shot selection. Maybe you weren't tackling right. Maybe you were doing just too much. And you start to learn very quickly about what to do. And so for me, that was the most important thing that I did. I started watching myself back, and it was cringe, and it was annoying, and it frustrated me. But once I got past that, I realised where I was making errors and where I could improve. And so that's the first thing. The second thing is, and I don't like to say this, but there is a meta on FIFA. Whether you like it or you don't, there is a meta. Now, this year's meta, in my opinion, is the most finite meta there has ever been. Now, if you're not too bothered about the competitive aspect of this game, don't stress about that. Play what you want to play, do what you want to do, and enjoy yourself. But if you're the sort of guy, I see people, it happens in my Discord all the time, They'll complain about the fact that someone's got a really good team and that their player isn't doing what their player's doing. So let's say, for example, there's one guy in my Discord who insists on running Ibrahimovic. Now, I've not used the Ibrahimovic card, but I can only use the ones that I've used this year. He doesn't fit the meta. The meta this year is small, agile, high agility, high balance, drag back, play. That's what the meta is this year. So if you're not conforming to a meta, because there's a reason why everyone's using that meta, because it works. If you're not conforming to that, but you're still wanting to be competitive, there's a problem there. And do I think that's right and okay? No, not at all. But that is the meta this year. Whether you like it or you don't, that really is the meta. And so that's why you see so many similar sort of players. If you look at my team right now, like if you look at this team, I have red Neymar obviously, but I probably would have gone and got him anyway if I didn't get him red. I've got Lucas Moura, who literally fits that meta perfectly. Great agility, balance, 5-star weak foot, all that sort of thing. Richarlison's a little bit less than that, but he doesn't feel that way. Like with this Chem Star, he's got 95, 93 for agility and balance. He's probably the one off of that, but his finishing is just so sensational, it doesn't matter. Gini Wijnaldum has just gone and done. And my defence, again, all fits that pacey defence meta. It just is what it is. Whether you like it or you don't, that's just how it goes. And so if you want to be competitive, I'm going to be blunt, you have to conform to a certain degree. Not perfectly, but you have to conform to a certain degree. The other thing that I didn't like when I saw these videos is everyone saying you've got to continually play. Now, yes, you want to play a lot of FIFA. I mean, on this account now, I'm maybe at 800 games, which isn't that much. Yes, you want to play a decent amount of FIFA, but you don't want to play until you burn yourself out. So, for me, I'll play some Div Rivals during the week and Foot Champions, and that is it. That is what I play. So I play Div Rivals to keep myself in the flow, and then Foot Champions, I play that. I don't burn myself out continually doing other sort of styles of the game and other parts of the game and squad battles and stuff like that, because I don't think that helps. I think you get fatigued by it, and I think that's a massive thing that you want to be looking at with regards to it. But they're the most important things you can do in terms of general, like things you can do to get better at FIFA, and that is, they're the ones that just every FIFA that will be relevant. Essentially, you have to conform to the meta to some degree if you want to be successful. That's not to say that if you are Gorilla or, I don't know, Tex, let's be honest, Tex will probably run a silver team and still finish top 100. He's that much of a god at this game. But if you are a player like me, or if you're a gold player, you have to find some way to conform to meta, and there are plenty of players in the game that allow you to do that. Watching your games back and accepting that you are the problem sometimes is completely and utterly normal. You can't always just blame the game. It doesn't work like that. There are errors that you are making inherently, without a doubt. And yeah, I would just caution playing too much FIFA. It should be fun. You should be enjoying it. You shouldn't feel drained. When you feel drained, that's when you start to play poorly. So for me, I limit the amount of gameplay that I do. Obviously, I trade at the same time. I limit the amount of gameplay I do to maybe a few games of Div Rivals in the week and then Foot Champions at the weekend. That's what I tend to do. Now, in terms of the gameplay itself, let's talk about specifically FIFA 20. Let's talk about FIFA 20 in general. If we talk about the attacking side of things, most important thing is don't be too predictable. So I was going to do some gameplay for you guys and show you the gameplay and stuff like that, but it would take absolutely ages to put that together. And a lot of this stuff can just be said to you simplistically. And not being too predictable in your attacks is something important. So I am a guy who loves a 1-2. I love a 1-2. I play 4-4-2 and I love a 1-2. And so I will use Moura and Richarlison up front and I will 1-2 and I'll play it behind. But I have a habit of overusing that. 1-2, 1-2, and then the other opponent gets used to that and goes, all right, well, let me just drop my guy back a couple of steps. As you 1-2 it, I'm going to step him up and take the ball off you. And so it's been a big challenge for me this year to change that up and go, okay, cool, rather than 1-2ing it, I'm now going to maybe hold the ball for a minute, allow other people into play. Attacking is iffy on this game at the best of times, especially because you're playing against 1 depth and 2 depth guys. It's something to be mindful of, but again, we'll talk about meta. Meta is dragbacks this year. Whether you like it or you don't, dragbacks, use them. They work. Without a doubt, use them. 1-2's a meta this year, especially if you've got pacey strikers, they can work. But I don't like this analogy that you can't use the bylines, and so use the bylines. Whatever you do, use the bylines. So I have 2 wingers, and yes, I bring them into play and I come narrow with them, but if my opponent's realising I'm doing that and bringing them in, do not think that I won't just send Neymar on a run and launch it over the top and let Neymar run in behind. Will I cross that ball? No, I will not. I will not cross the ball under most occasions. I will cut it back though. And that's why with my tactics, if you haven't seen my custom tactics video yet, go back and watch it. With my tactics, I always have Hullet or someone coming in on the edge of the box. I can cut it back to and they shoot it, and 9 times out of 10 it goes in. But the most important thing this year for me is defending. Now I'm going to show you my attacking stats, the stats of my attackers, to show you just how much I rely upon my defence as opposed to my attack. So if you look at Neymar, he plays wing for me, but he's still obviously relatively meta. He's basically got around a goal contribution a game. Richarlison, again, similar, just over 1 goal contribution per game. Lucas Moura, again, just over 1 goal contribution per game. They're my main attackers. Pele doesn't really get involved. I use him as a set-off, and he probably won't be playing for me this weekend league. But he's my main 3 guys that attack. Now, for me, defending on the game this year was the most problematic. But it's now where I'm strongest. I don't tend to concede very many goals. And that's not because I'm playing 1 depth. I'm not at all. If you look at my custom tactics, and the main one I play is 4-4-2, my defensive depth is 6 depth. It's 6 depth. But I don't really use my defenders because AI defending exists in this game. Whether you want it to or not, and I don't think it should, AI exists. I use my midfielders. I try to use my defenders as a last resort. So the most important thing to note about defending is this button here is your biggest friend. And that's the left trigger button or the L2 button on PlayStation. Whenever you are defending, your finger should be on that button. Your players should be jockeying. It's a jockey, basically. L2 is vitally, vitally important. You should be using that at all times when you are defending. It's imperative that you do. And the reason why I say that is, with the game being the way it is this year, there's a lot of easy manoeuvre, and everyone's using players of high agility and high balance. If you are just using RT or R2 to run, they'll just drag back on you, and your player's going 3 yards away, and they've got all that space to play into. I don't do that. If someone's going back with me, I might run, but the moment their player gets close to me, I'm LTing. So if they drag back, I'm pushing onto them. If they don't drag back, I'm taking the ball off of them. Either ways, I'm keeping them away from my goal by LTing. And I'll bring other people into play by using RT. So I'll get people... RT, RB on mine. I don't know what it is on PlayStation R1. I'll use second man press. So let's say, for example, I've got Neymar pushing me and he's coming on the edge of my area. I'll LT him and I'll hold him off. And as he stops to decide what he's doing, the second man press comes in for me. And I bring the second man press in, RT, to hold him off, to keep him away from my area. What you're then doing is you're allowing your whole defence and midfield to come back, because I put all my team on come back on attack, even though I'm 6 depth, come back on defence, sorry. I bring them all back except for my strikers. It's allowing the 8 men to get behind the ball, to stop them from doing that, and hopefully I'm doing it higher up than my area, so I'm not allowing them to play a through ball in. That is the most important thing for defending. LT is your biggest friend. Try and use it. Play about in div rivals, see what you can do. LT, get involved in it. It definitely works. But yeah, that's how I got better at FIFA this year. And if you guys want to see some gameplay-based stuff, and I can show you what I mean and how I do that, I'm more than happy to do that. I just didn't want the video to go too long. If you want me to bring that out, I'm more than happy to do that. Just comment down below and tell me that. But that's essentially what I've done. But I'd honestly say, forget the specific gameplay mechanics of this year, because you can adapt to gameplay mechanics, you'll learn those, and there are plenty of brilliant videos out there that you can learn those. It's more about a mindset sort of thing. If you're that guy that refuses to use the meta because you're making a stand, I'm going to be blunt with you, it's pointless. Don't do it. Just go and use the meta if you want to be competitive. If you don't care about that, don't worry about it. It's not that deep. And mindset of your mind. Everything to do with your head. It's all about understanding that you are the problem in a lot of these situations. It isn't just the game. You can't just play the game. I used to do it all the time. You are the problem a lot of the time. And you can watch back your stuff, like I say. Download the companion app for Xbox and PS. Download Streamlabs, click record, watch your games back when you lose. At bare minimum, watch the highlights back. Watch the goals going in, watch what happened, watch if you drag someone out of position that allowed them to run through. It will help you massively. But that's just a simplistic way to explain how I've got better at the game this year and what I've done. But now I'm going to get into my rewards. I'll be doing those live on stream, so you guys will see it as if it's on stream. But yeah, I'll be right back. Alright YouTube, so this is the part of the video, like I promised you, where we were going to open up my Elite Foot Champions rewards. As I said earlier in this video, for me, this is massive because I set out the goal to go and get better at Lukey Boy. Thank you for the host, bro. I set out to get better at the game. I said to my chat a few months back, I'm going to get better at this game. And then I started consistently hitting Elite. And so for me, that's a big thing. We're back in the Elite Cup consistently, doing it all the time. So we're going to start by claiming the Division Rival Awards. We're going to be taking untradeable awards. Main reason being that there's loads of special cards and stuff like that in and around, so it's all about for them right now, that's all I really care about. And then we will claim our Foot Champions rewards. Elite 3, we move. Let's go chat. With the hypes, we get 3 player picks, 1 Summer Heat pack, 1 100k pack, 70,000 coins, and our Foot Champs points. I think it's minimum 90 rated from each of these picks. I'm hoping we can get a decent pick. The first pick. João Felix ain't too bad, 92. We'll take that. Not bad at all. We'll take a João Felix. I don't know what he sells for anymore. But yeah, 92 João Felix. Pretty solid. Second pick. Teixeira's going to be the guy I pick. I'm not a fan. I just feel like the rewards since TOTW'S have just dropped off significantly. I'm not a huge fan of the way the rewards are done at the moment. But I will take a 9 golden. Without a doubt, I will take a 9 golden. That's a big dub. I don't know what he currently sells for, but I think he's pretty expensive. I'll check now. Do we know what he sells on Xbox, lads? 400k? I'll take that then. So all in all, not bad for Elite. 9 golden's a very good card. Very, very good card. A very solid card. So we'll take 9 golden. These two probably end up in an upgrade pack at some point. We'll send those to club. Solid, 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 solid. And then we'll go ahead and open up our packs. So we will start with the rare Electrum packs. And hope to hit something decent from those. And we'll say 9 goldens a dub. So 2 W's and 1 L. Cool. So rare Electrum's going to give us a Team of the Year nominee card. And it's going to be Dutch. It's going to be centre mid with Wijnaldum, I think. I've already got Wijnaldum. I'm pretty sure I've already got Wijnaldum untradeable. So I'll discard him and get him back at a later date. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, we've already got Wijnaldum untradeable. So, is he tradable? Untradeable. So we'll get him back at a later date. He's untradeable. Don't really care about him. And that one can go as well. So send those. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. Another rare Electrum pack. Another rare Electrum pack. Another border walkout, which is nice. It's just a normal walkout, but we'll take a walkout all day long. It's going to be Cavani, I think. No, it's a Godin. I don't think I've ever packed Godin. Yeah, thank you for the host, bro. 88 Godin is very solid. Very, very solid. I'm in the middle of doing it right now, Parasite. So 88 Godin and 87 Navas. What a pack that is. Solid bits of fodder in that pack. Can't argue with that at all. Very, very... We've also been solid so far. 9 Godin is a pick. And an 85 to 87 and 88. Very solid. Now, rare players pack. Can we get another board from this one? We can. It's going to be just a normal board. Seems a bit iffy. Who do we get from this? That is Paulinho, I think. Paulinho 84. It's alright. Like, this is alright without being incredible. 83 Milik, 83 Company, 82 Semedo. Not bad, to be fair. Not bad at all. I think these guys are all untradeable. I'm almost certain they are. He's not. He is. Then another rare players pack. It's another border walkout. Just a normal board. I've been saying this for a lot of this year. That to me, Guy, I think, just a Guy, how do you pronounce it? The 50k packs this year have been a shambles. I don't know what it is about them this year, but I just don't like them at all. So those packs were a bit crap. A bit crap, I'm not gonna lie. But we do have a 100k pack and Summer Heat. The Summer Heat 3 players pack. So we'll open up the 100k pack. This is tradable. So something nice here would be great. It is a border walkout. It's just a board. Like, this is the question mark that people have been asking. Are Foot Champs rewards worth it anymore with the 85 to 92? And I think the conclusive answer so far would be no, if I'm honest with you. That's a 100k pack with an 84 rated card in it. Was it worth me getting 23 wins? Probably not. Probably not. But we do have the Summer Heat 3 players pack. Gonna open it up. 90 plus minimums. So I don't know what that is. German. Cam. Who's that? Is that Royce? I mean, 95 Royce ain't bad. 95 Royce may have saved it. 95 Royce may well have saved it. I don't know what he sells for. But 95 Royce may well have saved these awards. 95 Haaland as well. Okay. These awards are saved. These awards are saved without a doubt. Royce is 500k. Which is very solid. Haaland just short of 400k. And then Thiago is like 80k. So what, we're looking at not far from 1 million coins. I feel like that's a definite dub. I feel like that's a solid dub. But they were my Elite Foot Champions awards. As I say, guys, use this time in FIFA to get better at the game, get better at trading. While it doesn't matter so much right now, use this time wisely and then hit it hard for FIFA 21. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys are new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.